Sage himself say something quick to you before you go. So let him bless you before you go.
Oh, yes.
Uncle Freddie.
Selassie Brown.
Yeah.
Who doesn't sell Tom Brown?
Hey.
Bass. That's right. Madam Selassie, Charlie, God bless you so much.
Thank you.
In fact, I should have been at your what do we call it? Was it the luncheon?
Yes.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the proximity for where I live, Bukwasi to the place, I got stuck alongside traffic, so I couldn't come back. My blessings are with you. Listening to the song, the production is very, very, very good. When I was coming, I was just listening to some of the songs by car, and with that kind of stereo perspective, definitely the years are ready to listen to very good sound. And
thank you.
Since you have been baptized into the gospel fraternity, I hope that you play your part well, especially in the area of making yourself available for people to see your works and a whole lot of things. And most of the platforms that we are also on, we also try and let them connect you so that you can be there. I'll do a simple write-up of your gospel journey for you on my Facebook.
Thank you so much, Uncle.
God bless you, Charlie.
Thank you.
This is just the beginning. You have a place because once you have all the 3 T's in music, that's the timing, tuning, and tempo available to yourself. Hey, Charlie, the sky will not be the limit, but the heavens. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm so grateful.
All right. Thank you very much, Uncle Freddie. So we're going to take another breather. When I come back, a certain gentleman is in the building. 5 years ago, he was on the mic emceeing my wedding. He chose a career path that I'm not interested in. Oh, but before he even emceed my wedding, we once upon a time worked together at a media house. Alongside one Dennis Boatin, the CEO of Ghana Comedy Awards. So what are we talking about? Comedy, of course. So stick around. After this break, when I come back, we're going to talk with these gentlemen right here in the studios, right here. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, so time check is about a minute shy of the hour 3. We're live on Artsy, live on Asaase 99.5 here in Accra. We're live in Tamale 99.7, live in Kumasi 98.5, and live in Cape Coast 100.3. Gone by was a conversation with Selassie Brown, the gospel act. We're back into the studio to have another conversation. You know, every Saturday there's a dedicated time for theater conversations. And though earlier we shifted it to the last conversation for today, but of course we've got some other things to talk about. The TGMA nomination list has been churned out today, later in the evening. So we've got some few to share with you before that. But now though, let's talk about comedy. In the last decade, it has received a lot of attention. And almost everybody's thronging to the National Theatre or elsewhere to be a part of it. So a group has come together to organize an award scheme to honor those involved, and it's dubbed the Ghana Comedy Awards. In studio, we have the man Dennis Boatin, who is the CEO, and of course the president of the Ghana Comedians Network, Percy Obrimpong. Yeah, my one-time MC. I had a boko. I'm crying so. Oh, you would dimachina, second be dimachi, said then the Mojo say I had a voice of our land in Timoba Hand. Yeah, some more. Yeah, Jimwa, Modiamon country, and you never.
Oh, a police vote in the Increbi. We are high bonnet. That's a Wawdi Kaya introduction that I know. A comedy assem, any of the name.
Okay.
Senior Bay, I beat me at my industry no. Accord the next level and one thing in our high. Into an anti CNN one.
But you're just with the button of Kakra. Percy, what's up?
Hello, yeah.
Finally. The voice of our land. Yeah. Your first time here, I believe.
Yes,
both of you.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But not like but in the studio the first time.
The studio first time. Yeah.
Okay, but so you've been around the building before?
Around the building.
Okay. And there's all about building and when you're I had a papa. Okay. All right, so let's talk about comedy. Percy, let me start with you. You're the president of the association, or the network rather. What would you say has been the growth so far in the last decade?
Oh, of course. I mean,
please come closer to the mic.
Of course, you can. Everybody can testify the number of shows and the faces and the brands now, the number of comedians around, their effectiveness and all of it. Everybody can testify that we've come a long way. Yes, now most of them are doing their own shows, which we call the specials and all of that. Some have even done like 4, some have done 5. People have traveled outside to perform and all of that. You can see comedians also building themselves to be like professional MCs and all of that. And it's exciting also to have like professionals like optometrists, having like people in agric, having people architects, having business guys and all of that in as comedians. Let me put it that way, entrepreneurs and all of that. So yeah, so far so good. It's been awesome. And we know there's more room for improvement. So we
last year alone, we did a review. I did a review with Francis Nutako. We had about 22 shows.
Oxygen,
22 shows last year alone, and that was quite commendable.
Yeah.
And so you started off as a comedian yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
why did you fizzle out? Why?
Okay, I wouldn't say I've done that, but probably I do it for corporate people and few.
But you still do the MCing bit, right?
No, the MC there, we do it. I think it gets to a point in time when you feel like you want to buy a ship or aeroplane. So sometimes a bit of fatigue comes in. That's why we are behind and trying to push those that we can push also to pick it up, because it will not be there forever.
Yeah.
Some of us, what we didn't get, in the beginning when we started, we decided that we will not repeat the same thing. So you've known me since we've been pushing. I mean, and for me, any artist that I'll get opportunity to push, I will definitely do that, and their records to show and all of that. So for me, it's just because now, as you said, I'm the president of Ghana Comedians Network, and so we're doing behind the scenes things to rather put the organization and the network together properly and all of that, the structures, and it's not been easy. But
give me a little insight into what exactly the network does. So for instance,
basically,
every comedian has to be signed on to be part of it. And what are the do's and don'ts sort of? Yeah.
Okay, I mean, basically, it's like any association. When you come, we have our constitution, we have things that we want to see. We have comedians, and we have like they're not like comedians, but they are stakeholders.
Okay.
Yes, because for us, we don't want to be separated from the stakeholders because we don't stand alone. We want anyone who is associated with comedy in any way, whether you help comedians to push their agenda, like in media, you create platform for comedians to perform, and none of that. Example like Dennis, he is into the awards, and he even again does shows. He has the King of Comedy event. So he's doing that. You understand what I'm saying? We have like Nabil, he has a whole another platform that, and he also helps comedians and stuff. So for us, and then OSIT, which of course. So it's DJ.
You mean DJ said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's been a little one or two. So he's off, but he's still doing things. In the theater, comedy theater, he's still. So we want to have that kind of broad spectrum and know that it is one society. You cannot stand on your own. So from managers and all of that, we want to put all of that under the network, so that it will become more aligned and more intimate, so that we can really foster the agenda of comedy.
I like the intimate bit. We'll discuss that one later. Let me bring in Dennis.
Yes, sir.
So, the CEO of the Ghana Comedy Awards, when did it start for you? Like, at what point did you birth that idea?
Okay, so many think this is actually 2 years old. Well,
many think,
but the whole thing started all the way in 2019.
Okay, COVID time.
Yes, it started as Comedy and Poetry Awards.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so we, comedians and poets usually do a lot of things together. Some poets even write scripts and stuff for comedians to perform and everything. So whenever you go to comedy shows, you see openings from a poet and all of that in between and here and there. So we as a people, as a group of people, realize that no, there are some particular people that we need to pay attention to. The industry is big, but it looks like the comedians and the poets are sidelined. And we are so passionate about these two industry, so we said, okay, let's come together and then project the two of them together. So we joined it and made it Comedy and Poetry Awards. That was all the way in 2019. But you know what happened in 2019? COVID, of course. So when we were all eager to set the ball rolling, then COVID said, hey, stop your work. So we halted, and then because of the restrictions, you can only do 25 people here and there. We only did announcements for the winners, and then we invited only the winners to a gathering, and then presented awards and everything with them. So it's been there from officially 2020, 21, 22, 23. So when we got into 23, we realized that our little effort is paying off, where the people are really hearing about the space, because it's been competitive now. So everybody is doing what they have to do to make sure that they reach the next level when it comes to comedy and poetry. Though poetry was a bit slow, comedy seems to be spearheading the whole movement. So we said, okay, there are two different spaces, so let's split them officially, and then have comedy stand alone and have poetry stand alone, so that they will all not be doing the same thing every time under the same umbrella. So we started it with Ghana Comedy Awards, and then we'll do the Ghana Poetry Awards also. So the whole thing for the comedy itself started last year. That was the first edition. So this year we are going to do the second edition for it's being called Ghana Comedy Awards.
Okay. The segregation for me, I think it would, I don't know, but I feel it could have still gone ahead with the two, because the poetry industry, I've not seen much of it, honestly. That's the truth. From my assessment. But the comedy, yes, I can boldly say that I've been part of it, because my show does theater conversations every Saturday.
Yes.
So I bring them in, we talk about everything happening in the theaters and all that. So definitely I know what is happening in the theater space. But poetry bit, I don't know how it is shaping out. Okay. You may want to tell me, or disabuse my thoughts.
I can. You know, like I started saying, there are two different spaces, and you cannot always put them together. And so you need to, if you want them to grow very well, you pay attention to them individually.
Okay.
Two children are not the same, even twin sons. So you have to pay attention to them individually and do what is right for them. And so we started with the comedy. We've not sidelined or put out the poetry. No, there are so many aspects to poetry that many do not know. Our rappers are poets.
Yeah.
Spoken word is poetry. People that even scripts are writing poetry, literatures and all of that. So it's a whole big box.
Uncle Freddie just gave you some few bars right
now. Yes. And that was a wild one. If it's been recorded, he's a beats killer, so he can always do that. Yes.
Some things to do.
Exactly. And so we've not sidelined poetry.
Okay.
There are things that are going to be happening sequentially, so that we can get into where it has to get to. Okay. But for now, of course, we started with the comedy, so there's the agenda. Let's push it.
So what is the mission behind this award? What is the main thing? What do you hope to achieve?
We can't always look down on our people. Our passion for it is to grow it. Our passion for it is to get into the bigger spaces. We are looking at celebrating wonderful people that are making a lot of hard work with their talent. Let me take you back a bit. Imagine there was nothing comical during the COVID era. The sickness won't kill us, but pressure will kill us.
Yeah.
The tension would have killed us. We're in our rooms for I might say just, but forgive my language if it's too wrong saying just. But for 2 weeks, we felt like prisoners.
Yeah.
So imagine if nobody was
in your own home.
Yes, in your own comfort abode. The home that you are eager to go to when work time is over.
Yeah.
Now is prison for you. And you are so tense to get out.
Yeah.
But the people that entertain us are the musicians and the comedians. They kept us alive.
Oh, speaking of which, let me say shout out to Clemento Suarez. That I just a June dear.
Thank you. You see,
went very viral then.
Thank you. You see how easy you remember it?
Yeah.
That is the impact that comedy is making, and that is what we all want to come together to push it to the next level. We all need to help out.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So I love the mission bit that you want to do. So this year there's another one coming up.
Yes, there's
when are we looking at?
So this year's one is going to be in May. Yes,
that's just 2 months away.
2 months away. That's the big night, 24th of May at La Palme.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to do something nice at La Palme.
Okay.
But prior to that, we'll be releasing nominations. The nominees, we're almost through with that. Percy is a member of the board, so.
Oh, okay. I was gonna come to him and ask him
for the
what's the network's role in these awards, for instance. So the partnership thing that is going on between you two.
Yeah. So of course, I think last year we had finance and myself. So we give a bit of guidance and all of that to how it should be, because of course we are we are the main element why this is happening. And he gave me an opportunity again to even MC it. And they said, Charlie, I did 200%.
top.
So yes, we're able to help to see, okay, this one really fits this side, this one fit this one. You know, we help so that it will be clean. Because we don't want to be repeating what others have done. Like you know, yes, so that we can really grow the integrity of the brand and also of course our craft. Yeah. So that it can also outline how people can also place themselves, like what kind of comedian are you, or what kind of comedy do you do? Okay. So again, when we also see that there are other ones that can be added, we can also say, this is another part of comedy. So
school us a little bit though. What are the variations? So there's a comedian, there's a comic act, there's a stage.
We have the stage, we have the stand-up comedian, we have the one that, let me just rather use the practical, I have the one like Mr. Bean. Okay. We have people who also use even poem, you know, to do comedy. Okay. We have people who use music to also do comedy. Okay. So, and like we have people who also are doing the skits, also do comedy. Okay. At the end of the day, anything that somebody consistently is doing that is making people happy is a form of comedy. Okay. So I think there are like 5 or
then I'm a comedian, no?
From
a category.
Everybody has a comic part. Everybody has a comic part.
Okay. There is. You know what I'm saying? So at a point, you know, some people are even called because of how they are also presenting their things. And they call them that, look, come in. I remember, I don't mention anybody's name. Somebody had a hit sometime in Ghana here and all of that in a certain comedy way. But when they brought the person on stage, they put the person in a tight corner because the person couldn't do stand-up comedy. Okay. But that's the flow they want the person to go. And he found himself wanting. So there are different types. When you know yours, you should know where to place yourself and all of that. So
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the categories for instance. How many categories do you have?
So this year we have about 30 of them.
30?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you share a few?
A lot. So we have stand-up comedian of the year. We have comic skits. We have comic writer. We have new comedian. We have TV comedy program. We have comic music acts, like he was talking about the music. Yeah. We have comedy movie. We have radio comedy program. We have student comedian. We have
radio presenter, comedian.
Yes, comic radio personality.
Last year, this guy, Peace FM guy.
Dan Kwekuyeboah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there are a lot, and we have African. We have female comedian of the year. Of course, the ultimate is the comedian of the year. We have the most popular comedian. We have comic actor, comic actress. So it's every sector of comedy is covered, including a comic cartoonist.
Okay.
Yes. People that are doing animations, funny animations, and even sketches and drawings, all of that. We've categorized all of them into segregated spaces.
You should add radio shows that promotes comedy also.
So segment.
But sometimes might not be a comedy, but it can be an honor.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That one to work.
Consistency. See appreciating.
Yes.
I mean, people or an institution or like a radio program or a TV. That's very important. I'm saying, anyone, if you do something and somebody is helping you build it,
definitely,
because you know how many times people are pulling people down.
Yes.
When you find someone who is raising you up, you can't. If you ignore, you have ignored your destiny.
So even to that, there's a it's not a category, like an honor, which is outstanding comedy industry contributor. So you might be affecting us in a certain way, maybe a brand, maybe radio, maybe somebody that is making an impact or supporting the whole movement. You'll be celebrated.
Okay. So what makes this award? I'm happy he mentioned that you have this collaboration so that you streamline things, and it's also a board member. What makes yours distinct from all the other awards that we may have?
Yes, we look at the people that affect comedy, especially let's start with the board. So Percy, as the president for the comedians' part, we have Honorable Fritz Bafo. Oh, yes, a legend of course.
Old,
yes, we have Honorable Tommy Allen Forsen.
Oh, okay. Tono, aka
Socrates. Tono. Yes, Socrates Safo. And then we're also hoping to have more people. You reach out to KSM, reach out to other bigwigs that can also come. In fact, it's an open house. Okay. Of course, Uncle Freddie is one of the top writers for things like these, comic works like this.
He's always writing comedy things on Facebook. You should award him.
Definitely. So we our doors are very open to anybody that can make something happen. And so you see, we are not just doing anything like that. We take guidance, we listen, we reach out to the players themselves, the comedians themselves. We are that close with them. If there are hitches, there are challenges, they draw attention to it. If there's something that is supposed to be done in a certain way, they draw attention to it, and our door is open. We want to grow. We don't want to always do the same thing. So yes, we are ready to make things happen.
Okay, great. Are you getting any support so far? What has been the challenge, especially with this year's edition?
Well. Support. We have some good people that are helping us who don't want their names to come out. But apart from that, for the brand side, we have, of course, some support here, products here and there. But if they bring the cash, we'll take it. We like it because we want to do it better and bigger. We can't always do the same thing. We need to grow to the next level. So when the support is coming, hey, come.
What about the government? Is there anything? Because now we have the Black Star experience to focus on. We have what's the name? Rex Omar in charge of that.
Of course.
Are you looking to, collaborate somehow?
Definitely. So I made a quick comment on another platform, so I won't mention the name, about the Black Star experience. And I did a little reading and checks, and I realized that comedy is not part fully. Seriously, because there's nothing like, there's a Black Star movie something, there's Black Star sports something, but there's nothing like Black Star Comedy Festival.
Okay. So is the Pan-African Month celebrating heritage, history, and diaspora engagement, the Ghana Film Festival and Awards Month, Ghana Month World, Culinary Month, Architecture, Design, and Art and Crafts, Fashion and Textiles Month, Literary and Literacy Month. I don't see anything that has to do with comedy.
Thank you.
It's not specific. Okay, but the creative art, you are put probably under the umbrella of creative art.
It's too broad. People that sew are doing creatives. People that teach are doing creative, and so and comedy is big. Comedy is music. Like I can say, is at par with music now. When it comes to Ghana, yes. Before we had our own sentiments, our own thoughts, our own where the Debbie. Now we've moved from Wemudia concert for. No, we are not concert people. We are people. We are industry players. We are stakeholders. We are filling auditoriums. We are making people happy. We are doing something, and so we need to.
No, we're actually employing people.
Of course.
Because when we're doing comedy, we have the camera guys, we have the sound, we have the lights, we have the bloggers we are paying, we have security we are paying, we have paid for the venue,
yes,
and all of that. So so I was having a very critical discussion with some of the big people, and I was telling them, look, don't see this thing as, because even like when OP did a show, and then because of
Arena.
Yes, and then nowadays we are talking about the tax system. When we are trying to grow a certain industry that we hardly even get support, we hardly even get sponsors, and then we are done, and then the tax people just come on your neck, and
we face that every time.
But you see, I was telling them that, look, don't look at that, but look at how the comedian is done. He doesn't have money in his pocket, but he has paid people that you couldn't pay them. And that's the reality. You have not employed the people. If we don't do those shows, those guys will not be paid.
Even the ice water seller gets indirect job.
They would get paid.
And then you look at the therapeutic, all of that people have moved out. You are creating that kind of culture. The intangibles challenge is huge. But this country, we are moving from one place to the next. So we are hoping that at a point people will come to the level whereby they will understand that some of these things are even more than we mining. Some of these things are even more than we mining. And in recent times, sitting somewhere and discussing some of this kind of economy and all of that, I was telling them that, look, the money the owner of Facebook has, let's quantify that to the gold thing that Ghana has even sold to the world. Since just one person. I'm not mentioning TikTok, only Facebook. But how many people have been killed? But here we are wasting we've messed up our water bodies. But this is just one person. So not sometimes, our leaders should move from that. I tell you straight over, like colloquial mentality. Build the human resource. And then one human resource will just move a whole quantum of money into your economy. Just one person. So we should watch how we look at these things instead of always jumping onto the resource. The human resource is huge. Because if God creates someone and said, I'm creating you like me, and we all know how powerful God is. And this case, so we should know that the things are inside the human beings. So if we can create things that will let the Ghanaian youth be able to be at a point where you can feel stages like the way the other people in other places are doing, which I don't. But I can mention, of course, the Better Boys and all of that. They are filling all those stages. Look at how much money they are making. Yeah. Just one person who stand on the stage. So on say Asaase you, on say Asaase on saying so, on impact. Or man will be in, like, you know, recently you said somebody in my own place, Konogo, what's happening in Konogo. It's bad. Yeah. And a guy has gone to school, had master's degree, all because he was going to apparently where the toilet is whatever is mining the Galamsey, and the guy is gone. A pregnant woman also gone. I'm passionate about this. So this is what we do. We look at these things, allow these things to flow. When we could have focused on places where, as we say, Uncle Fred is sitting now, will create some
beautiful melodies.
Some melodies in one small space of but the thing is coming out of him, giving it to someone, the person is going to blow. And if we have a system to be able to do those things, the country is going to get a lot of money. Afro Moses is still outside, they're making money. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Look how CBSA. Look at what they've done up till now. But so we should try and focus on this thing instead of putting that kind of pressure on even things that's supposed to let us live, like water in our land. Yeah.
I mean, you're not far from right. There's been a conversation about the creative arts space not being paid attention to and all. I mean, recently there were a conversation about the fact that out of the 19 cabinet members, the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts was not featured in the recent budget that was read. I don't know whether it had anything that has to do with it. No,
there was nothing.
Money allocated for that space. So there's been, but the thing is that how committed and how close-knit are you, your comedy group, for instance? How are you? Like, what's the fraternity like?
Okay,
the unit.
Yeah, of course, like any human institution. Yeah, I mean, I would say practically we have, like, you know, groups in groups, which is okay. I love that. I always tell people, because some of this energy resonates to another person.
Yeah,
it's all about where you getting to. But I always will tell them that no matter where you get yourself stuck to move you, don't forget the other person, because you are still one. So if you have a certain strength in wherever you are, then at a point you have to be intentional and say, let me relinquish some to other point. Okay. But so far we're good. We are on one platform. We have meetings. We do that. Those things will come back and forth and all of that. But because we are building up, I don't want to say judge or conclude, but we're growing. Okay. We have a lot of young people amongst us. We have a level of immaturity it's normal because it's, young people are coming because it's a place for nurturing. So yes, and we have the few who are at a certain level. So we are managing it and advising and hoping to lead well to let them, because it's happening in Kumasi like this. Now the comedy has moved to a different level. Okay. So we are just hoping that other regions will also, will pop up like that, so that, as I'm saying, employment and all those things, can happen. Because in Kumasi now,
one events top region for comedy is whole.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's picking up over there. Huh?
We've done 2 shows there. Mind blowing.
Yeah. I see. I know about Takwa because of Sid.
Yes, of course, Sid. I was going to even mention it.
Yeah. I know about that.
I took the comedians to Ho, and it was mind-blowing. Funny enough, the first one, the auditorium was even too packed. You had to close the gates.
I see.
It was something else.
So you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
so we're hoping that other places to happen. Sunyane, we can conquer Sunyane. We're hoping to conquer Western region. In advertisement to say the triangle, Accra, Kumasi. But we are hoping that we can build Tamale, we can build the Sunyani Rona-Hafo area, we can deal with Sakra, so that it makes it more easier for people to say they are calling us to work, so that we can keep moving around.
And all of this data is key, though. You guys should start putting your data together. Because it's very critical. When you go to the marketing departments, they want to see the numbers. And if you don't have it,
we are building all those things.
Okay, all right. Before I let you go to see your last things, Uncle Freddie is here. He may have a thing or two to say with respect to the awards and what you guys are doing.
I must congratulate them on the kind of journey that they have begun. But before you get into any space that you want to make something available in terms of trading something, that you need to get the industry, the historical perspective. In terms of comedy, I mean, everybody is a comedian. Once in a while, we giggle, make people laugh. But as to making somebody laugh to the extent of, dropping a tear, Charlie, you need to be very creative. It's not be easy. And sometimes we have this kind of saying that, Charlie, when the applause is loudest, you have to get off the stage. So sometimes your comedy, in terms of your sketch, should be as tight as possible. Now let's go to a bit history about comedy in Ghana. It started as concert parties. When they were going to have the concert, they had something like called first stage.
Waterproof.
Yes, and they were being done in the local language.
Yeah.
And here, let's pay tribute to the first of the comedians like Ajaaz Bukana. Ajaaz Bukana was, commissioned by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He used to make Kwame Nkrumah laugh anytime that he had visitors. And you have the likes of Bob Cole, Usuabro Bo, the Jaguar Jokers from Samam Opia, Bob Santo, Super Odi, Okribini Kojo, Abushapeni Judas, Komode Jako, Kwame Alaji, Bobokala. And then the likes of Fritz Balfour,
Yes.
Tommy and I'm 14, KSM, and then Radio Gold had a comedy started by BB Menson. You told him like yourself and 50 bands, just like you. But he did something like just like you. That was almost 15 years ago as part of the judges. That's where some of the guys, like the guy who resembles Lumba.
Yeah, the Lumba. Yeah, I remember.
They were
on TV Africa, right?
Yeah, and there was a guy who could mimic JJ Rollins. In fact, his demeanor, everything looks like JJ. He won that kind of.
There was one for Kwesi Pratt also. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you have the later these things like Fighting Face, DKB, Obia Ponsa, let's do Romanos, and then the comedy skits. Most of them, the English one, they started when people surged to Nigeria. That's why we had the Papa Ajasko, Boy Alinko, Mama Ajasko, Muguyaro. You remember? When we were so young, we had the Tintin series, Tintin comedy.
Yeah, Tintin,
Yeah, Tom and Jerry, Charlie Chaplin, Mr. Bean. All these are comic characters that people make me from. What makes people that think that comedy is just ludicrous, it's some foolish, you go and stand somewhere. But it's a means of making people happy.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy about you awarding people who are in the industry. If you're in an industry and your efforts are not being recognized, it pains. What kind of work I'm doing? But I think comedy has come to stay. If you go to Nigeria, there's one guy called Sabinus. Sabinus will be joking around the classroom. Now he's a billionaire. No, he's a soft. Everybody want to. And he has even recruited young guys called Fanny Ima. Creating content. And Nigerians are very, very, very good in terms of content creating. The way they write their scripts and a whole lot of. So that sometimes on Facebook I do a lot of. The last time I use certain that if the 10 aspects of what a man wants from a woman. I said it all and I said, okay, they should use first letters of every word. It came out with something. I can't say it. So you have to be very creative. And I think awarding such kind of personalities is very good on your side for you to create more awareness. And I think the comedy industry too is growing very fast. If you look at where it started, yesterday, we're giving all of them to Nigerians, but now we are competing with them. So there's that kind of what do we call it, award scheme. But I think your research team is also saying that, as Diego was saying that the radio crowd, but we are saying that it is honest.
Yes.
You can also go to the Facebook and people that also write comics in terms of that's a leisure high. It is also an honorary. We didn't be here advert about my home.
No, but it is very important. We know what you've been doing, what you've been writing over there.
So when these discussions come out, these things
yes, we gather the information.
Yes, and data is very, very, very important. One of the basic things that emanates from our industry is that we don't keep data.
Yes.
So anytime that I go on TV and say something about the music industry in terms of the history, we happy. Fortunately in my life, I was able to live with some of them and work with some of them. That is one thing. Growing up like this, Osofu Dazi. Who were you to get Osofu Dazi to watch in 1972 when they came on the 24th of October? I quite remember I had come for holidays. You have to fetch a whole barrel of water for a nurse before you'll be allowed to even peep through some POB just to watch. Also, now here is myself and Osofu Daji working in the studio, OD, me meeting OD. So it's just kind of, something that we appreciate. So I must commend you, and I think next time when you are doing something like that, so you also contact us. We can bring our input on board, and I wish you a successful journey. Do you have sponsors?
So far, we are reaching out to a few people, and they are really very interested.
The era of sponsorship is very, very difficult.
It's tough, but something good will come.
Contact some of their this what do we call it? Those people who standing for those kind of commercials. Like maybe Nana Mama Brown.
Oh, yeah.
And who are they call it
Influencers.
Yeah, influencers and a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
They can connect them, and then you have. So I wish you all the best in the.
Thank you.
All right. So, CEO, your last words and
Yes,
what to expect on the day itself.
Yes,
You
so-
said May 24th, right?
Yes, 24th May.
Okay,
So before that, there are a series of activities that we'll be doing.
Okay, all
Yes. One of them is a seminar. I think you remember I mentioned that you do a seminar for comedy.
Okay.
We'll do something very special for the legends, like Uncle Freddie mentioned.
Okay.
I'm just giving a tip of it. It's
Okay.
a huge one.
Okay.
We are dedicating something to pay attention to the women that are doing comedy.
Very few of them.
Yes, but there are many. Well, you say a few,
I
but
know
there are many.
Jacinta. I know if you're Barcelona. That's the top of my head. After that, I'm struggling.
About only stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Okay, that is even yeah.
You know Vivian Joe does comedy.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You see, remember now?
Everyone.
Thank you. There's so many.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we are paying attention to a lot of things that are going to happen. So we'll do a lot. So before all these things come up, the awards has to come first. And so the awards is going to be a very, very, very solid one. Thanks. A big shout out to La Palm for creating that platform for us to use their space for the big night.
That's nice.
Yes, so we'll use their main auditorium for the event. Spectacular performances will also be coming from our comedians, of course, the big wigs that you know. We are looking to also have our other people from other places out of Ghana to also come in and support us, do something nice on the night. Music will feature, but the focus is comedy. So we pay attention more to comedy. We are looking at this is a reach out to everybody that does comedy. Probably we know a lot of them, but we don't know a lot of them. You can always reach out to us, whatever ideas you have, anything that you think you can add on to make it happen. We are good to go. So our doors are always open. Let's all look forward to a good night. The nominees will be out in April.
Okay.
The nominees will be out in April. So as soon as it comes out, and then we go with the flow, then the PR will come and knock your door again. Don't worry.
I hear you. All right. So you mentioned the thing about the solidarity between the two. I mean, your team.
Yeah.
I experienced something last year where I told you when you mentioned the Obi and Ponsan's show at the Booking Box Arena. I was there seated myself. What I saw was a team of people who had done previous things. So Jacinta was there. I interviewed Jacinta. She did her show. I interviewed Foster Romanus. He did a show. And Foster was there. He did his performance. And then the next 2 days after, he was doing his at National Theatre. Yeah. I see that partnership in there. How do you intend to maintain and keep this thing going? And of course, if you have any other things to say with respect to this question, please go ahead.
Yes, of course. I think it's going to be maintained because it's like comedians also advertise their shows on each one's show.
Yeah, that's what I realized.
And then you also need one person's platform also to keep your energy burning. So basically, when we all keep those fire together, the blazing becomes higher. So as for that one, of course, unless you are,
Rasta man understand that in different.
yeah, unless you are, I don't know which kind of being you be that you not like to enjoy this kind of partnership or support if you are in any group. So basically, that even MCs, you know, so you can find 2-3 MCs. Sometimes I can finish my work and go to another person's place and support the person. Sometimes you're not even holding the microphone, but you are there. Or sometimes at the point they say, Charlie, Charles, be 1 or 2. You know that is about money. No, it's about the synergy, that kind of thing. Because you see, the world is a spiritual place, and sometimes I tell people, if you don't look beyond, you will not see those things. Rather, those are the things that probably cause for progress, development, like positive energy. So it's key. That one, I believe, is definitely going to continue, and we are going to even encourage that the more. We are moving the level where we want to hit people up. When it's someone's shows, everybody needs to post it like it's theirs. You understand? Everybody needs to post like it's theirs. So we are encouraging those things, and then we have to get to the point whereby, I think I heard something, I think Obi said something that if not Foster gave him a sponsor, because then he's not gotten a sponsor. It was Foster who gave me a sponsor. I think the T people, but I don't know their name. Yeah. So it was Foster who helped, and I heard Obi saying that himself, and that was an awesome thing. You understand? And I think Papaya also supported some people with because he is linked to Katanka. They have their new drink. Okay. This supplement.
Okay.
That's I've forgotten the name.
Even there was one comedian who was supplying them the dressing.
Yeah,
Obi mentioned it.
He's also a comedian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a comedian. He's a comedian.
He's in Kumasi. Yeah. But they're even doing a show in Cape Coast.
Yes, it's Winneba rather.
Winneba.
The campus.
As we speak. This tonight.
Okay.
So they have Genuine 30i and all those guys on it. They have Jumo is on it. We have Lexis on
Suarez is also.
Suarez is on it. And so this is the kind of synergy we want to keep growing. If you have something, you bring it on board. We all get the benefits, and then we all move to the place.
Let's support each other.
It's not to human. I always tell people that it's not to the human, but it's the God you serve. God is love. So so just to finalize, I just want to tell Ghanaians that look, comedy will happen. No matter whatever you do, it will happen. That one day, even when we were where we were, and you can see where we are now, it will happen. You go to heaven and come back. The time you come, we will not even be where you are to meet us. We are somewhere else, and you have to struggle to meet up. It's definitely going to happen. Now you can see a lot of universities, can see a lot of institutions, and all of that. Trust me, those universities. Every day when I pray, every day when I think about this thing, those universities will nurse people who are going to come in a even more scientific comedy.
There's a project for that.
It's going to happen.
Under the awards.
Yes. Okay. It's going to happen. So, yes. And I think we want to, at the point when things are settled a bit, that we're going to try and find some of these media houses and some of these big organizations to bring what Tata was doing, the stars of the future. We have a comedy part. We trying to see whether, now that the comedy has, trying to see to bring we can nurture. We can nurture more talents into the system. So it's hopeful. We are praying and we are asking corporate institutions that look, you can't just come and do events and stuff for you. And when we add the comedy to it, even we who are MCs, when we add the comedy to it, you get excited about it. And you also invite comedians to also come and hype the place. We are asking you, look, have a level of budget for comedians. Anytime you have an event, think of adding just two. They can be your family member. Think about it. And that you have to pay them. Don't wait for the youth to go doing bad things before you can have the strength come and sit on a TV station or a radio station. And some of us will come there and we are telling you, call them. It's intentional. It is God's work. And the pastors and the churches, and I'm hoping that at the point there are Muslim family too. They will be creating that space where we'll come and do comedy and all of that. Yes, we will see we will draw the lines, of course, and all of that. When we do something like we tell, okay, this is why we don't play here. So we can all move the nation from one level to the next.
But they are Muslim comedians
and all of that.
Babazak is a Muslim,
Babazak. So yes, that's what I'm saying.
The guy from Ashaman.
Yes, Ramsey,
exactly. Yeah.
I remember he's here.
Anyway, okay.
I don't think he's a Muslim, but he's a solid guy.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him a few times. Yeah, so I know what I'm talking about. All right.
Well, he's a nurse. He's a nurse now.
He's a nurse.
Yes.
Okay.
So the future, more or less.
Okay. All right. So one infamous comedian posted on his Facebook page, and he titled "Life Issues," and he posted before and after pictures of himself.
Okay.
And he says, if your face is swollen from the severe beatings of life, smile and pretend to be a fat. Good beats don't rattle. That comedian sitting next to you. It's called.
He's a legend of it. He's a legend of it.
All right, so thank you very much, gentlemen. I wish you all the best in the next endeavor.
Thank you.
And we'll always be here to support you.
Don Diego.
A pleasure.
Merci beaucoup.
A pleasure. How many your wines, and how many have you gathered so far?
No, I think I'm saying now. I think because I still collect, but now I'm at 1,000 and almost 1,400. Almost 1,400. I think at the point I'll just auction them. I'm just hoping that they are not going to expire.
You see, 1,400 means 1,400 events.
Yeah.
Multiplied by the amount he was paid.
Oh yeah.
He's a rich man.
Why?
The inflation part.
All right, thank you guys. I wish you all the best.
People probably wondering what kind of wines be that. But of course, if you are listening to me, I'm Brimpon the MC on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow me right there. When you see this MC craze, just know that we brought it up. We did it. There's a young Casa Bebre. So when I'm emceeing weddings, it's one of the traditions the couples give me. You give me a bottle of wine. I go home and I put their names on it and add it to my collection. I keep doing it. It's different from my corporate gigs, different from my funeral gigs, different from whatever and all of that. As for the weddings, I was counting them, and I still.
Did I give you one?
Yeah,
I think I did.
Yeah, you did, because those ones, I'll track you.
Let me also thank a few.
Okay, sure.
So big shout out to all the comedians.
Okay.
And thanks for their support, and want them to support us more.
Okay.
And all the team from Creative Republic. We organize the Ghana Comedy Awards.
Okay.
And then my big people from Kwawu. We have something coming up in Kwawu.
Oh, we are heading to Kwawu as well. Asaase. You know, we have a local platform called Asaase.
Oh, okay.
We are heading to Kwawu on the 18th to the 20th.
When you go to Boatima's place.
Boatima. I think
we
went there.
I'll go there again.
Passed by to say hi to her.
Don't worry.
We were supposed to even have some fufu, but because of time factor, we had to leave early.
When you go, tell her I said she should give you a special treat.
we're going to be at the Kwawu bar.
Okay.
From the Friday, Saturday, Sunday events all there. So
please,
you can join us
next year
as well.
Next year,
So just
come to what?
Just give me just 20 seconds. I forgot my pastors, Apostle Kuma and Apostle Penny, and then Prophet Kuma. I'm quite a doer. Today is their birthday.
Okay.
They are my pastors. They are my senior daddies. They are like my brothers. And today is their birthday, and I pray that God would, keep blessing them, keep giving them strength, keep taking them to where they have to go. They are selfless human beings and all of that. That is their church's Priestly Warrior Ministries. We are the mod. And today is their birthday. Okay. And anybody who is listening, just let them know that the world loves them. Okay. But the world is yet to see their greatness.
All right. Thank you. All right. So take a quick breather. Spot of music when we come back. You know, the TGMA's nomination list is coming up this very evening. We're going to be there at the Grand Arena, and then we'll be back to tell you more about that. So we've got some few lists of names that are going to be considered. So we'll take a look through them, and then will be a wrap for the show for today. So stick around and let's have that quick conversation before we wrap up on the show today.
Hey, it's the remix with Toneo and Sakodi, yeah.
Artsy, on Asaase Radio nationwide every Saturday from 1 p.m.
Cause it's your birthday. My girl, white out cause it's your birthday. I wanna see you drink cause it's your birthday. My girl don't want no face cause it's your birthday. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon and move to the champagne. We are gonna move to the gallon. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. Walk in a venue. Y'all looking like hawks in a venue. Move swift like Tenchu. Spend money on a gal no can do. Left, right, march. Straight to the bar and I'm asking. Vodka, Red Bull, ginger beer, Central. The bassline's pumping, cause the DJ thumping something. On the next full text or pioneer, I am here for one thing. Bumper fight to num num. I am hunting high for zum zum. I wanna catch babe, cash man, the catchphrase. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. And move to the champagne. We are gonna move to the gallon. Move to the gallon. Yeah, we are gonna move to the gallon.
Alright, you better move to the girl them, cause you lose the money, no the problem. So what should I get in the hard jam? And then call and I've been never want them. Mini will be at them. One Cassan will be on top of one them. Send me the cash, you better show Sadia and come in the bay, yes, both the party will test them. What else? I shall be bad day. This is the mountains, I can't pump back. The perfume, you couldn't go to La Lay. They be a boys, the boom, now so still stronger. Yes! With the pop champagne, we won't keep self people campaign. Jaikas and I watch you at the plantain, while you're zone 2, but still we go maintain. What else?
Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. And move to the champagne. We are gonna move to the gallon. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. Zadu, cause it's your birthday. My girl. Wild out cause it's your birthday. I wanna see you drink cause it's your birthday. My girl don't watch no face cause it's your birthday. Move to the gallon. We are gonna move to the gallon. Move to the gallon.
And as a man Daneo with a man Sakot here, move to the girl them, they call this one the remix version. Bringing our time to 12 minutes at the top of the hour 4.
We are gonna move to the gallon.
Back to the old school is next after here.
Move to the gallon.
And our last conversation has to do with the hotshots possible names and nominees for the TGMAs that is being unveiled tonight at the Grand Arena. We've got a few, I think about 4 of them we're going to talk about briefly, and then we'll see what my guests here think about that. So let's start off with the best hip-hop. We have Princess from the man Joey B, Holy Ghost from Kweku Smoke. We have Awoyosofo from the man called Kese featuring Kofi Mole, and then Kilos Milos from the man Black Sherif, Amen from Sarkodie featuring Beast Trap, and then Fly Girl from Beast Trap featuring Osekrum Osekini. So, Uncle,
yeah,
best hip hop.
Best hip hop. The and the review, most of them that have been named here, they did their best, to come out with different songs, to entertain the public. And definitely once their names have appeared here, it means they did something that was supposed to be done. And per the category definition, if you look at it, it's for the public, the board, and then the, what do we call it? There's another committee.
The Academy?
Academy, which sometimes I'm part of. Okay. In fact, since 2015, I was the longest serving member of that board, when I stepped down as a board member. From the list given now, Sarkodie did well, but I think you should go to Smoke.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Let me tease your thoughts on Dennis. Wow. What do you think? So let me go through again. Princess from Joey B, Holy Ghost, Kweku Smoke, Awoyosofo, the man called Kese featuring Kofi Mole, Kilos Milos from Black Sherif, Amen from Sarkodie featuring Beast Trap, and Fly Girl Beast Trap featuring Osekrum Osekini.
I'm caught between 2. Holy Ghost for Kweku Smoke, and then Sherif.
Kilos Milos.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Tough one. But Sherif has won it before, so let's give it to Kweku.
It's not about the fact that he's won it before.
But seriously, the year under review, I think Smoke has really, really, really done a lot of work.
Yeah. I had a lot of
wild energy.
Good comment from him.
Holy Ghost for him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's turn our attention to the best Afrobeat. So that we have Sneaky from Mr. Drew.
Okay.
Asylum, Olive the Boy, a very popular hit. We have Pooh from Last Mate. We have Yesu from Beast Trap. Lomo Lomo, Kitty featuring Black Sherif. And then Favorite Story, Kim Promise, Sarkodie, and Olive the Boy.
Tough one.
Wow. Percy, you want to take a shot on this one?
In my life, I saw the song unless I hear it. But I know Lomo.
Okay. And favorite story is another beautiful song.
Which one?
I know go use my heart no more.
Exactly. So
he use my head.
Okay. I'm going to see with the Kim Promise one. I think I like that one.
Yeah.
So long. For now, I think these 2 are mine.
So Lomo Lomo or Favorite Story? Yeah. That is yours. Okay. All right. What do you think, Dennis?
Let's do Lomo Lomo.
Lomo.
For me, I think.
Uncle.
Yeah, Lomo.
I don't know how to spell it.
Nice.
Because they are saying Lomo. Even they themselves. I don't know how to spell it like that.
Lomo.
You see that thing?
LORMOR. It becomes more.
Okay. Authentic. All right. So let's do the best hip life songs. So we have Soja Go, Soja Come, Eno Baroni featuring Kim Paluta, Rebel Music, Black Sherif. We have Bad Feeling from Tulenke featuring Beast Trap, No Competition from Ochame Kwame featuring Kwame Eugene, No Serve from Sarkodie, which was not too long ago, and then Enter from Lyrical Joe and Kwame Eugene. Dennis.
I'm still caught between the 2, like the first one. So Bad Feeling or Rebel Music, but let me be biased a bit and take it from Sherif. He has won too much. Let's give it to somebody new. Tulenke though he's not been too active, I think this song was a very strong one for him.
Okay.
Though he wasn't able to push a lot of energy on his name, I think it was a very strong song on the streets. People really jammed to it, so I'll take Bad Feeling.
Okay. Bessie, what do you think? Which one? No competition. Yeah, you featured Kwame Eugene on that one.
I think I also would go for. I think it's
Bad Feeling.
Yeah, the Bad Feeling, and then I need to.
Nobody's talking about No Say. No Say is also.
But No Say hasn't been there for long.
Yeah, but like still on the year on the reviews.
Yeah.
Well, but how long did it stay?
Like, you balance the equation on who has.
Uncle, what do you think?
Enter Lyrical Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this song.
I like that one.
Bad Feeling.
I know the song. Yeah.
I'll do Bad Feeling still.
Okay. All right. So let's do the last one, which is Uncle is under your forte. The best high life music. The best high life. So we have Canopy from Kwame Eugene. I hope you know that song. Yeah, I'm talking to Percy. He usually doesn't know. Okay, then we have Asaase from Kimpaluta, which everybody remember. Okay, very soon from Family recently. Not too long. Very soon. Yeah, you know that song, there. Okay, and then Abro Noma from Amrado, and then Odobi Bad. That is Rap Father featuring Kimpaluta. Then Fiekuma Broken Heart from Kofi Kinata.
Tough one.
The selection.
By the legend.
No song comes close to that song. Yeah, the review, hands down straight.
Okay. I said that day, and then you mentioned there was another one that is on it.
Or don't be a day.
Yeah.
Baby, I met through my life, something like that. Or which one? Or don't be a day.
Amrado.
No.
But I think that the familiar one too. I want to
very soon.
But I said that Dave Vim, but the familiar one to Vim Day inside. But Kofi.
Fiekuma Broken Heart.
It's a slow love song, I think.
Is that one that goes on bicycle and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
The lady in the Ghana colors.
Okay,
yeah, that one is not bad. But I think the selection is on point. So anybody who wins this part, we salute the person and we salute all of them. That's what I would say.
Okay.
And that's what I say, because the Canopy is on point. I said that, Charlie, great song. If the Abranoma, this guy's song, it's only deep song by Amrado, deep song. So good.
What are you going for, Dennis?
Uncle Freddie has said Asaase. You want to give us that to us? Hey, please, we all go first.
Okay, all right. Okay, so that is it. Hopefully tonight we get to see all these nominees and plus others being listed out there, and then you can go on and vote for your favorite. Uncle, your final words on that.
Final words that the road construction. I'm just coming from someone's baby's father's funeral around Teshi. The Teshi road, Charlie, still uncompleted.
Oh, Charlie.
And then of Hancock to some Charlie, we are
dying. That road,
it's a hell.
Charlie.
For you to go from here to Kumasi, you have to spend almost about 2 hours between Pukwase and Sound. Charlie, so bad. Charlie, I'm going to be being found. Yes, sir, Charlie.
I feel
like giving up, you know. Feel like giving up. I don't know why, Charlie. You go forward, come back.
No, it's very disheartening.
It's will be a phobia cry. Nobody want to ply that with, you know. Yeah. And then they started, you know, having that kind of conversation. The throttle driver will pick you from Circle to Achimota. He will drop you, tell you, I'm going to
Thoughts. I'm trying to thoughts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Charlie.
So before you reach someone, you have to take about 6. Meanwhile, that is the final point. But you tell you that so as to make money.
Yeah.
You can't wear white shirt from someone to you know.
No.
Unless
you are in your air condition.
Yeah. Even that, you still feel the trouble.
Charlie, I am.
All right. Thank you guys, and I wish you all the best. Thanks for joining us. All right. So there's a wrap from here. I want to say thank you to everybody who made it through to the show. So earlier we had the company of the man Mighty Bo, who plays that special instrument, and then we had Asaase Brown coming through, and then as well as these two gentlemen, Dennis and of course Percy, joining us to talk about the Comedy Awards. And the legend himself, Fredima, has also been with us. Thanks to my producer Akosia Nelly, and to my technical producer Uncle Jonah at the MCR. My name is Diego the Smoothest. And to put you in the church mood, let me drop this one from my favorite on the album from Asaase Brown, called Blessing Alert.
Artsy on Asaase Radio nationwide every Saturday from 1 p.m. with Diego.
Morning, night, if you want me.